And hello, everybody, and welcome back to another fantastic edition of Nobody Cares Sports Show. I'm your host, Danny Shenad, and we are broadcasting to you live from the beautiful and southern picturesque shores of New York City, the one and only town without pity, Stapleton, Staten Island. Stand up and represent. And we have got an absolutely fantastic show on deck for you tonight. If you're watching this show, do us a favor, pick up the telephone book, Google, whatever, browse through it, get yourself a head doctor. We're going to be live on the air with you tonight until about 5 or 10 minutes before the football game, and maybe until you all quit on us. Big shout out to negative 8,000, all of you out there listening to us tonight. We have got a fantastic broadcast on tonight's broadcast. We welcome Silver Lake Golf Course Superintendent Doug Johnstone to the show. The Commodore will be interviewing him shortly to talk about some success that he's had on the links, as well as what it's like keeping that place tidy up there. I believe in Commodore. What neighborhood of Staten Island is that?
Silver Lake.
Thank you, and that's why we're the best here at Nobody Cares. Also, we have the Commodore is going to do some ranting about local sports a little bit later on in the broadcast. Save our souls. Also, do you know that the Chinese bookie is 5 for 5 this year picking NFL games? His teams are actually covering the spread, and because of that, he has not been bound, gagged, or tied in the back of someone's trunk in over a month. Congratulations to him, and we'll look to see how many less bruises he has on his body when he joins us a little bit later on in the broadcast. But this is what's going on locally. In the news, big story in the NFL this week. Everybody and their mother is injured. And what do you expect? The season doesn't start on time, and we were hoping that the Giants and the Jets would be good. Well, the Giants looked kind of good until Saquon Barkley got hurt, took a little bit of a shiner to his leg, ran out. Then the Giants ran a play without him, and when it went negative 6 yards, they looked at him and said, Saquon, how do you feel? He said, not good. They said, get in there. Sure enough, he's out for the season now after that second play. Sadly, that's unfortunate, but fantasy football leagues are in shambles as a result of it. And when I mean in shambles, I mean completely in shambles. We're not even into week 3. And everybody has pretty much taken their money and thrown it directly into an incinerator. Now, if your wife or girlfriend isn't mad at you, believe me, she will be when she looks at your roster, which is not good, subpar, just like this broadcast, to say the least. Nobody cares. Also, everybody, you name it. Name some guy in the NFL. Chances are he's hurt. If he's on your fantasy football team, chances are he's hurt. Ladies, if you want to get a rise out of your women, ask your man tonight how their fantasy football team is doing. I guarantee you that it's not going to be a good look whatsoever. Everybody is supremely frustrated. It is a universal problem right now, but we'll get into it together. Nobody cares. The Yankees are heading towards the playoffs, it seems, although they seem to be having a problem with Canada. And according to the Commodore, everybody's having a problem with Canada lately. I'm sorry to all 2 of our Canadian listeners. Please stay with us. Lord knows we need the popularity. The New York Mets, well, their fans are just happy that the team was recently sold. Who bought it? Nobody cares. Here's what I could tell you. The Wilpons are out. Alex Rodriguez and J-Lo are not part of the circus. It looks to be just baseball on the diamond in Queens. Good thing fans wanted that place turned into a parking lot if the Wilpons were going to own it for another year. And also, after seeing how much money was being left on the table, the Big Ten College Football League will be making a return. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. After seeing the rest of college football go out there and make big money bringing in sponsored ads over the weekend, make that 2 weeks, you bet your ass Big Ten football is back, so you could expect to see teams like Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and even the lowly Rutgers Scarlet Knights on your televisions this fall. However, a little fun fact that you might not know, Rutgers, that's where college football was born, I think. Commodore, is that correct?
I don't know.
Great job, as always. And also on the local front, local youth football leagues have been traveling west. Yes, across the Kilvan Cull. Gorgeous, gorgeous this time of year. Going to play their football in Jersey. And they're actually finding much success. You're seeing the Staten Island Boys Football League as well as a couple of others. I'd have their names, but I don't have my information in front of me. Here it is. Nobody cares. They're doing great. We were out at a game recently. Got some action. It seems everybody really is interested in watching football that isn't professional. Go figure. So we'll maybe have a wiffle ball game live at halftime tonight of the Thursday night game. Nobody cares. In just a couple of moments, I'm going to be having the Commodore join us on the show. But first, I want to let you know what we're getting into this weekend. This Friday, the 25th, it's an all-star skills contest at Great Kills Little League. Commodore, did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Excellent. It's a 7 o'clock start. We'll be there on Facebook Live. And, of course, you can tell all your family and friends that if they really want to watch the Little League skills contest and they're upset that they're going to miss it, that they can watch all of the action on our YouTube channel, which is, of course, Nobody Cares Sports. That's it for my local rant here on what's going on. Let's bring on the one and only Commodore, if he's ready, to see what kind of marbles are shaking around in his head this week. Commodore, where the hell are you? The man has his own bell.
Hey, hey.
Welcome to the broadcast, Commodore.
Hey, Dan. How you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing very, very well.
Yeah.
We've got some fans tuned in here tonight, just to let you know. Bart Batista says, hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Here's a great name for you. Tommy Salami says, me, Commodore.
Yeah,
Not sure what that means.
Must be one of your fans, Dan.
I don't know. Like and then in return, you said, Mrs. Commodore?
Well,
to which he replied, no, me, Commodore.
No.
So,
hey, Tom. What's up, kid?
Just a lot going on out there. A lot of stuff, a lot of action to report. You look good. Play any golf lately?
I played a little golf. I played Tuesday. We played at the club championship for the Staten Island Senior Golf Club up at Silver Lake.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
How was that?
I lost.
That is actually to be expected. Now, the problem is that people think that, you're a personality, you're on a sports show. Hey, come on up to the course, play some, I don't even play golf, and I can't even pretend.
The last time somebody asked me to play golf was in Richmond County. They called me before the show and said, hey, you want to play Richmond County, Commodore? I'm like,
sure,
yeah, great.
Sure.
I got on the show and said, hey, I'm playing Richmond County golf on Monday. Before the show was over, I got a text message. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, well, you know what? They can't all be first-round picks, and sadly, that's the story of our life.
I'm just grateful to be vertical and moving.
Yeah, well, Commodore, as you know, all your spams out there listening can follow you on Instagram. Nobody Cares Commodore. You've been out there shaking it up, man, on scene everywhere this week. What have you been up to?
We've been getting around. Well, I wanted to know how these kids are getting back and forth to Jersey, so me and the commish climbed on top of the Bayonne Bridge. We walked over to Bayonne on Saturday. That was a lot of fun. Did you see that video on Instagram? Are you with me? What planet are you on right now? You want to come back to the show?
What I meant to say is, yes, I saw that, and a big shout out to our friend Pupa Santiago.
Oh, wow. You want to go there? That's another thing I was up to. I did that earlier this week. It's just a pop-up show down on the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Boardwalk here in Staten Island. We do live on an island, folks. You should get outside and see some water once in a while.
Interesting.
But me and the commish, we're just going down there for our workout. We stay in shape. We walk 5K a day. That's what we do. And I see Poopa getting out of the car, man. I didn't recognize him at first because he had his hair up. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah.
So I'm looking at him like, wow, I know that guy. He's looking at me. He's like, oh, man, is that the Commodore? I'm like, hey, Poop, what's up? I says, what are you doing? He goes, well, we're going to jam. I'm like, really? Got you covered, bro. And I had the commish with me. We did a little video. We popped it up on Instagram Live. It was fantastic.
And I saw it. And so all, 6 followers you have on Instagram, they watched it too. And that's awesome. So good for your following.
600 followers I have.
You have 600 followers? All of you people need to get your heads examined. You follow this, man?
I'm a nobody.
Well, that's fantastic. As always, Commodore, I'd just like to show our audience my notes for this evening.
Yeah. I got lots
there you
of notes.
go.
Listen, I got hard copy notes over here. I got an iPad over here. Look, I got an iPhone over here.
They might as well be in Russian. They might as well be IKEA building instructions. You can't understand any of it.
I got all of these stuff over here. I get on the show, and this kid changes direction on me like unbelievable. It's killing me. You know, the other day I was down at Flagship Brewery. I was down on Minthorn Street. I did a little drop down there on my own. I'll have you. The engineer didn't show up. I had to set the camera up, put the marks and everything. Mike, you know, Mike Meldrum.
Sure, yeah, I know Mike Meldrum.
Well, he was fired up early in the afternoon. And as I'm doing the drop, the guys go by with the rapid transit locomotive, 776, and going.
You did a live drop at Flagship. You had a train going by. Yeah. You had a crow that was sitting on top of the telephone line.
They went by. Yeah, and then the crows were laughing at me up on the goddamn light over there.
If I could train those crows to harass you, I would. It was just destiny, Commodore. Well, listen, as you can see, we've changed the backdrop on the show, and if I could, I would bring the curtain down on all of us. But instead, we are going to bring on a guest tonight. Commodore, I got to ask you, did you make it aware that we have no budget, the check is in the mail, that kind of deal? We'll get into it later. Our next guest on the show is the superintendent up at Silver Lake Golf Course, and that is this beautiful picture behind us. Silver Lake, of course, not only a place to hit the golf ball.
It's one of my two home courses. I belong to two clubs.
Right, and then it's also a great place to get something to eat at the veranda up there as well.
Yeah, you can have lunch out on the veranda. They're out there. You're served outside. Everything is, within COVID regulations and all of that horse shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, golf is open. I mean, it's one. Like I said it last week, it's the only sandlot sport we have on Staten Island. There are 3 courses that the public can access. One is Silver Lake. The other 2 is Latourette and South Shore. Silver Lake, as we all know, is independently operated here in Staten Island as compared to the other courses, which are managed by American Golf. Throughout the COVID pandemic, Silver Lake, if you look at the picture of it up here, I've been saying this all along, fantastic shape. And that's thanks 100% to Superintendent Doug Johnstone up there. Tireless effort out there, him and his crew. That course has never looked better. It's not only now during the pandemic, Dan, but as a golfer, they've made so many improvements up at the lake in the last 5 years that I thought I could play, but now I can't play. Every time I try to get a little better, he moves this over here.
You can't judge a course by can the Commodore play on it to see if it's good. He can't play, but it's a great course. And to tell us more about that great course now, we're going to bring in Silver Lake Golf Course very own Doug Johnstone. Doug, come on in.
Well,